Hello everyone, my name is Zach. I am the Traveling Man and welcome to part 2 of Embarkation Day, the very first Embarkation Day ever on board the Celebrity Ascent. We have a 3:30 sail away. It's already around 1 o'clock, so not long until that first sail away. Tonight I'm going to have dinner at Eden Restaurant, check out all the activities around the ship, and my goal with this vlog series on board Celebrity Ascent is to tell you all about this brand new ship. This is her very first cruise that I'm on. They're calling these the pre-inaugural cruises because the maiden voyage of the Celebrity Ascent is scheduled for December 3rd. It's currently November the 22nd, the day before Thanksgiving, 2023. And we're about to take Celebrity Ascent out for her very first cruise with passengers. And I'm so excited. So come on if you're ready. Let's get this adventure here on the brand new Celebrity Ascent started. Of course, the Sunset Bar. It was expanded on Beyond, and that expansion is continued here on Ascent. They do have the additional seating just like they had on Beyond, so you can walk on down there. Plenty of seating, and we'll walk on around to the actual bar itself. And of course, more live plants out here, which is very nice. Very tranquil environment to sit out and enjoy a nice relaxed evening at sea. The Edge series of ships, the walking track actually extends a couple decks. So you can see the sort of bridge right over here. That's bringing you up from deck 15 up here to deck 16. And you can actually walk a good length around the ship and around the back, which is very cool. And of course you can have, from up here on deck 16, a very good vantage point out over the resort pool deck. And right here is that whirlpool hot tub that I was talking about with the new shade up above it. It's not very shaded right now just because of the angle of the sun, but if you're at sea, you're probably very well shaded in this hot tub. Very beautiful vantage point up here. Here is another art installation. This one is a couple of faces. You have to look at it just right, and the sun is casting a shadow right now. You might not be able to see it so well. This reminds me of the face on Celebrity Apex though, but I always enjoy the art installations. I think there's one right outside Oceanview Cafe on all the Edge ships except for Edge. I don't think there's anything there in that space. But now we're going to walk into Oceanview Cafe and check it out. Of course, like I said, the main buffet on board the ship. And it's a beautiful venue. And one of the things I like about it is when you first enter, you have this beautiful place where you can wash your hands, get washy-washy, and then beautiful places to sit, in addition to the wonderful food that you can dine on in Oceanview Cafe. This is cool because it's actually the very first meal ever served to guests in the Oceanview Cafe here on Ascent. So just show you real quick. Of course, all the buffets on Celebrity ships are sort of this marketplace style where everything's just sort of in the middle, and you can just walk up and fix your plate. They have plenty of options though, and I should correct myself, not all Celebrity ships are like this, just the Edge series of ships. And then let's say maybe what they're having on the main buffet just isn't for you. Keep walking all the way aft on Oceanview Cafe, and you're going to come to the pizza place, which is right here on the very aft of deck 14, just behind the Oceanview Cafe buffet. And this is handmade pizza. You can see the dough right here. Some of it can even be made to order, but they always have some selections already available, already made right up here on the buffet. You can see right now they have some vegetable pizza and then also some chicken pizza, and then some garlic bread. And then walking outside, this is one of the coolest places to sit for Oceanview Cafe because you can actually sit outside and dine out here on this outside deck. And then if maybe you get done with your lunch and you want to walk up the Sunset Bar, the Rooftop Garden area, you do have these steps right here that you can walk up to get up there. We'll walk right here just to show you some of the seating I was talking about that they have in the Rooftop Garden area. And it's all covered too, which is nice. So now here on deck 3 mid, just behind the Martini Bar, which is right through there, you can see. This is actually the location of guest services, which has always been the location of guest services on the Edge series ships. But now there's something a little different over here because the Concierge Lounge has actually been moved. So the Concierge Lounge is now here. This used to actually be the Celebrity Eye Lounge where you could buy like Apple products and do internet purchases and things like that. But now this is all Concierge. So if you need to see the Concierge, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 stations here where you can do just that. So this is one of the changes they made. This is one of the changes I'd heard about. They told me about it when I was on Apex, actually. And I think this is one of the only major like moves that we'll see on this entire ship. I did want to point that out, that the Concierge Lounge is now here on deck 3 mid, right beside guest services. So I'm here at Craft Social. I did want to show, I talked earlier about the drinks that they had, but they also have bites here. So if you want to come and get some like more appetizer type things, you see they have like a meat and cheese board, shrimp mac and cheese, chicken sandwich. They do have that here, right here at Craft Social. And again, you're right here by the atrium, so that's pretty cool. All right, so it is now just past 3:30. That means we're going to be setting sail very soon. And in fact, the captain just came on and did the safety briefing, so we're going to be headed out pretty soon. I've been busy in the room editing like crazy to get a video out, so I'm going to go out now and get some shots of sail away. The very first sail away of Celebrity Ascent. It's very exciting. I did want to mention, though, before we sail away, a little bit about embarkation, the embarkation process here in Fort Lauderdale. Everything went great with that. I actually arrived to the port at probably 9:30 because I had a flight that came into Fort Lauderdale this morning, got here early, so I took an Uber right over to the port. Like, no one was here. There was maybe 10 people here ahead of me. I got right in line, and other people slowly showed up, got in line. At 10 o'clock, they opened the doors to the terminal. This is Terminal 25 in Fort Lauderdale. We went up the escalators. I was actually the first person up the escalators and checked in and escorted to sit down and wait for a group to be called. And then at about 10:45, they started letting general boarding start. Now, I think they start boarding the retreat guests before that, so I'm sure they were already on board the ship. But at 10:45 is when we actually were able to board. And upon boarding, we were able to come right to our staterooms because, of course, we're the first people to ever stay in these staterooms. So that was very cool. And I really enjoyed the embarkation process. I really thought it was very efficient, no snags. And in fact, when I checked in for the cruise, my check-in time was actually 11:30 a.m. And I was on board for like at least 35 minutes before 11:30 ever got here. So that's to say, if you do have a later boarding time, you can show up, and if they can accommodate you, they will. And if you arrive to town early, you want to come onto the port, you can come and wait in line. We'll have to stand outside until they open the doors around 10 a.m. And then once you're in and checked in, you will have to wait until they actually start boarding before you're allowed to get on the ship. So that's how embarkation worked. Very simple, very easy. So Ascent is really off to a great start because no snags in the embarkation process here in Fort Lauderdale. And in fact, this is one of my most favorite ports to leave from because I do think they have such an efficient process here at Terminal 25. We have now officially left the dock. So Celebrity Ascent is sailing on her very first cruise officially. And it's turned into kind of a party here on the main deck. A lot of folks out enjoying this very first sail away. Down to deck 4 forward to the shops, and they've been redesigned a little bit. You see they have these cool little like names and signage right here. We've not seen this before on any of the other Ed Sheery ships, so that's certainly new, but I like the new redesigned shops. They have definitely a more modern feel, and it definitely feels like more of a shop like you would see in a shopping mall or shopping center or something, and not just something stuck somewhere or thrown somewhere on a cruise ship. So that's really neat, and I really hope to take home some of the inaugural merchandise that they have. I saw that they had a few things including the Celebrity Ascent ship model. You can see there, they have a couple of those. I'll show you inside. You can see they have a lot of things branded for the inaugural season, including these mugs here, which are 20 bucks. They also have some hats here. Celebrity Ascent inaugural season. This inaugural season hat is going to cost you $30. And they have two different color variations of that. Like I said, the ship model there. And then the other ship model, I don't think this one is as expensive. This one actually costs, doesn't have a price on it. Maybe they surge price these things.
That is fantastic.
No price anywhere on these. Actually, I thought I was messed that up. We're going to drop it. But the magic carpet actually moves up and down on that one. I'm definitely going to get one of these for my studio at home. They also have other mugs and hats. They have almost a tumbler-like thing here with the inaugural season. And then they have some really cool shirts over here. Ascent inaugural season. And this is all part of the inaugural collection. So this is, of course, limited. So if you're selling in the next couple of months, I'd recommend you checking out some of the merchandise if you do want some of this inaugural branded merchandise that they have here in the this is just the general gift shop here on deck 4 forward. All right, so welcome to my haul video where I show you what I just purchased at the gift shop. So I got this Celebrity Ascent inaugural season shirt. Spread it out here so you can see it. It's this nice orange color, which I thought was cool. This was $30. And then I did get, because I needed one of these, I've not had any celebrity branded stuff in my studio. And I for so long wanted something celebrity to put back there behind me in my review videos and things. So I did get a Celebrity Ascent ship model. And this was $69.95. It also looks actually kind of bad. The painting on it is not great. But they had a lot of these down there. They actually have a crystal one too. That one was a lot more. But someone originally told me this was $169.95 and I about lost it. But I asked someone else and they're like, it's $69.95. So that's like the upper tier of what I would be willing to pay for this. But you see, of course, I did. And then I wanted to note, I didn't buy this at the gift shop. I got this at Cafe El Bacio. I asked for a bottle of water. Typically, Celebrity has served water in aluminum bottles. However, they handed me this plastic bottle. And I asked specifically, I was like, you guys not do aluminum bottles anymore? And they said, no, we're just back to plastic. So must be another change that they have made. No more of the aluminum bottles. So this is a little less environmentally friendly. So it's kind of odd to me to see Celebrity take this stance, but I guess it's probably cheaper. So they're back to doing this now instead of the aluminum bottles. So just be aware of that. So you won't experience the shock that I did when they handed me a plastic bottle on Celebrity. Good evening. Isn't it amazing how fast an embarkation day will get away from you? And I don't know, probably because I woke up at like 3:30 to fly to Fort Lauderdale to get on the Ascent. I'm really tired. And I also worked a lot today. I filmed a lot of content, edited a video, which I'm currently uploading. The internet is just not doing it. The internet in general is very fast. If you're uploading stuff to the internet, though, Celebrity has always throttled that. So it's very hard for us content creators to get content on YouTube while we're on ships because they throttle it so much. So like I've been uploading this video now for like 2 hours and it's like 20% done. So I'm hoping by the end of the night, it probably won't be done, but I'm hoping because I'm trying to get that on the channel as soon as I can. But so that's taken up a lot of my evening getting that edited on the channel. So now it's almost 6 o'clock. It's 5:45, and at 6, I have a reservation for Eden Restaurant, my favorite restaurant on board the Edge class ships for sure. Maybe my favorite restaurant on any cruise ship, to be honest. I love Eden. It's such a cool venue. They offer such unique food in there. And then it's on the back of the ship. You have an amazing aft view. The sun is set. It's almost dark now. It's going to be dark very soon. But you have very good views in there. It's just a cool atmosphere. So I'm really excited to go there. That's at 6. And then there's comedy tonight. I love comedy on the first night of the cruise. They're having the very first show in the theater is going to be comedy, and I'm going to go to that. There's all sorts of live entertainment. So I'm going to try to capture all that for you this evening. Show you all that's going on around the Ascent tonight. Starting with our dinner at Eden. So I'm going to head that way now.
but I can see you. And for those of you up there that can't see what I'm looking at,
I did want to go back to last night though, because I crashed so hard and forgot to tell you about my experience at Eden. And it was the very opening night, very first night at Eden, for guests at least, and it was tremendous. Like exactly what you expect Eden to be if you've been there before. That's what it was and more. The food was just so delicious. Everything they served was so good. I was kind of expecting maybe a different menu, because the last time I ate in Eden, last year on Apex, I think when I was on Apex, they did give me a survey about the food and stuff, and they said they were thinking about changes on Ascent, but the menu was exactly the same, so no changes to the menu. I thought maybe they would revamp the menu. That would have been pretty cool for the new ship, but maybe we'll see that later on. Maybe they'll have a new menu that they'll roll out. But I went with the tried and true, the beef Wellington and filet mignon. Very good. Like that filet mignon was like melt in your mouth. It was done so perfectly. Very good. The service in Eden, top notch. I couldn't ask for better service. I also went with my other tried and true, which is the lobster casserole. And folks, if you're going to be dining at Eden restaurant, you have to get, if you like lobster, that lobster casserole. It is just so good, and I really enjoyed it and was very happy to be getting to enjoy that again. And then for my dessert, I got the strawberry delight. That was okay. It wasn't as I guess as good as I had hoped it would be. I wasn't disappointed in it, but it was just kind of a very basic dessert, I guess. The ice cream with it was good. Overall, a tremendous experience in Eden, and I really was happy to get to eat there on the very first night of this cruise. Now, that's the only specialty dining I'm planning on doing this cruise. I'm going to try to be in the main dining rooms as much as I can, and I'm going to tell you all about the food and put all my food review in my main review of the Celebrity Ascent, since it's just 4 nights. That'll all be there, so make sure you come back later to check out that video. Well, hey everyone, it's later editing Zach here, and I realized that I had so much content in this vlog, I need to split it up. So make sure that you come back and watch the next one, because that's going to be the very first sea day for the Celebrity Ascent. It's also Thanksgiving Day, and I'm going to show you what Thanksgiving is like on board a cruise ship, what all they're doing, what the menus are like. I'm really excited about that. Spoiler alert, it's Thanksgiving now when I'm filming this, and it's really cool. So make sure you come back and watch the next video. But I want to thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the beautiful Celebrity Ascent. If you did, make sure you go down below, give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're not, consider subscribing to the channel, because I have a lot more content to come, from the Celebrity Ascent. Folks, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you very soon on the next adventure from here on board the Celebrity Ascent.